the entrepreneurship panel, we have next Building What's Next, a Gen Z founder panel. We wrap up today with fresh perspectives of Gen Z, bold thinkers who are building tomorrow. On this panel, on this panel, we have Arav Danani, co-founder of AVO, Karthik Kumar Chaudhary, Program Manager, NSR CEL IIMB Innovations, and Arushi Kesar, who is founder, Madheads Media. Moderating this panel is Akib Jamil, Senior Manager Investments, IKP Knowledge Park. Please do join us on stage.
Hello all. Good evening. Um, can I have show of hands on who are Gen Z here? Okay. Always good to be a minority from a gender point of view as well as age point of view. Sadly, unfortunately, I'm a millennial, and to my right we have three uh, Gen Zs doing different things. Two of them entrepreneurs, one who has been an entrepreneur and now on the other side, like me, sitting and looking at other entrepreneurs whether they're doing well or not. Um, First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Akib. I lead investments at IKP Knowledge Park. We are a deep tech, deep science incubator, accelerator investor. We do very, very early stage funding. Um, that's that. We can have a conversation later on if you guys building in that space. Again, this session is mostly me trying to unravel the Gen Z mindset and seeing what next for India, what next for the globe when the Gen Z builders are going to build the next big thing, right? So that's the focus for me in this session. To my right, I have Arav. He's the founder of AVO. Next to him, there's Karthik, who is an ex-entrepreneur now. He works with NSRCell, one of India's biggest incubator, accelerator out of IIM Bangalore. Next, we have Arushi. She runs a media marketing company. They have a different philosophy. All different set of people have different philosophies, different thinking. Just, I think that's that. I think, can we have a quick round of introduction, maybe like an elevator pitch, because you're all founders. In, let's say, 1 minute, just tell what you guys do and sell yourself.
Uh, Mic check. Yeah. So, hi everyone. I am the founder of Madheads Media, and we work as a growth partner with brands. We have scaled over 50 plus brands in last few years, and along with that, I work with women in tier 2 and tier 3. We make them digitally literate, and we help them to get employed. Why I did that was because I'm from Jammu myself, and when I was there, I realized that most people in my area are not are not employable. So I wanted to do something for people around me, and yeah, that's how it started. That was my major motivation. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hi. Quickly, like over the last 3-4 years, I've been mentoring 500 odd startups. My passion is towards helping tier 2, tier 3. But I work at IIM Bangalore right now, leading the Women Startup Program. Nida has referred me here. So quickly, like we try to kind of work
So
with the entrepreneurs.
quickly stopping him there. Nida is also my super senior. She is the one who has assembled the panel here. So continuing the from previous panel, a lot of guys have been talking about Nida. Nida is here in the first row. So sorry to cut you off. Over to you.
So yeah, working with Gen Z has been very influential in terms of because what they are trying to build in our country, and happy to interact with people here who are willing to start their journey as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Arav, 19-year-old Gen Z founder myself. I have been building AVO, an experiences platform with 1.5 lakh users now. And we have been completely into the experiences industry from the deep end for the past 2 years in researching. And we are completely into B2B and B2C solutions. And yeah, agentic AI first at the moment.
Wonderful. You guys give me complex, yeah. I mean, I'm an ex-entrepreneur, but when I started off, I was 24. And I mean, you guys are building something great. Congrats to you. Um, quickly, can you just, all of you, I mean, this question is for all of you, can you quickly tell one stereotype that you guys have to deal on a daily basis from a founder's perspective or an ecosystem enabler perspective? Quick, one stereotype.
So I feel as a Gen Z, the biggest stereotype we have against them is that they lack patience, that they start their business just to shut it down the next day. But I don't think that's true. I think Gen Zs just believe in experiment fast and fail fast. So yeah.
For me, when investors look at Gen Z, usually it's more about कल पैसा आ जाएगा क्या account में, because they are so fast at it. Like today they are building the product, tomorrow they'll be in market. After 7 days they want to kind of raise first round of pre-seed seed round. So that's the thing which I feel.
So they are really questioning the 30-day cycles of how vendors will pay, vendor payment happens, right? So great.
Not just vendor, I think funding would also be one thing that they feel is optimistic that it'll come faster. Yeah, for me, I think it would be the amount of hard work that we don't do, and we cut corners and we try and take shortcuts. But I think nowadays it's more so we are trying to cut the nonsense and the bullshit and go faster, trying to ensure that we have got the most amount of time spent in the right places. That is one of the stereotypes I think we are against.
So you're saying speed. Speed is what you said. You said more of a cutting corners and figuring out faster, a different approach. And I missed what you said. Sorry. So it was more of
Patience.
Patience.
great. Sorry. So what would you attribute your superpower to be? How you are different from a 40-year-old, a 35-year-old founder or an enabler in your case, or a founder? How is that, I mean, in a good way, like a superpower you have over them?
So I feel that as a Gen Z founder myself, my biggest superpower is my shamelessness. I don't mind people judging me. I don't care what people are thinking. Like in my case, if you tell me tomorrow to sit in a footpath and start selling, I can totally do that. And you will see so many Gen Z founders nowadays doing that. They don't care, what people are thinking. They don't care if they have a boardroom or not. They can just start anywhere. So yeah.
My thought would be, which I want to also experiment in a couple of years, would be building with the customers. Sitting along with the customers and trying to build the product will be the best part, which I relate with Arushi. Because nowadays, what happens is like you build the product first, then you reach to the customers. I want to sit along with the customers and build the product. That's the superpower I have right now. The
More of
confidence which we have.
co-building, fearlessness, co-building, right?
I think I'll agree with you completely on the shamelessness perspective because 2 years ago when I had started, I had gone on the street and interviewed around 30 odd people, asking them about what would they prefer in terms of experiences, would they want to go out, what are the issues they're facing, turning it a complete audience perspective. So shamelessness I completely agree on. Along with that, I think the ability to to pivot as fast as we can in the right directions that we see the market wanting and building the right features for the same because we have the ability to spend those late nights in the office coding or even at home or in college sitting and coding and rebuilding what all things we thought were the actual goal of people. So that speed and agility and obviously shamelessness completely agreed.
Great. Yeah. I mean, see, I speed and agility or even hard work. I think that has been kind of ingrained with us. I wouldn't say speed, but at least hard work was. I for sure know that you guys are much more, out there. I mean, you would like breaking hierarchies. You don't mind. I mean, we had side of hierarchy with like, oh, sir, madam, wala thing. I see you guys doing bros, dude, what's up? I mean, it's a great thing. I mean, we at least in our office we try to break that culture. I think a lot of people who report to me are I mean, in Gen Z. I mean, Gen Zs, right? And I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? Okay, just I think going to the focus area, I think what I really wanted to do in the session was figure out your mindset, right? Across how do you, one take decisions, right? I think is it everything data first, or is it instinctive, or is it just go build test iterate? I think that I would like to start with you and then maybe go around. I think just to keep the thing moving. How what is your decision making style?
So I would say in terms of decision making, it's more based on it feels like it is instinct, but I try and back it up with data as much as possible. Because I've been in data my whole 2 years in startup ecosystem. I don't have much experience before that to credit to it. But even in college, I'm still going to college at Christ. So I'm in data analytics myself.
Christ.
No, BGR.
Okay.
Longer commute.
Right.
So I have been dealing with data from that point on, and even in events, the amount of research that goes into finding the right trends and market data on as to what all is going on in the whole industry, that thing, all decisions need to be data backed. So instinct first, but data needs to be backed. Yeah.
Taking over the previous panel discussion where the intuition was the first
Exactly.
aspect.
Yeah.
Right.
So I believe in intuition 100% because I'm not an investor. So if I am working with any entrepreneur, the fourth most part would be the background which they are coming up with and whether they want to build big or not. If they have the intuition, I go with that completely. Data comes at the very last aspect where we see my sweat equity is also coming into picture. Otherwise, I am all good.
Got it. Arashi.
So at least in my case, I feel that relying on data and relying on numbers is something that I've learned the hard way. Because initially when you start, you're super passionate and you're like, ye bhi kar denge, wo bhi kar denge. So you rely more on intuition, but then over time you understand that there should be a good mix of both. And that is how it works.
Great. So yeah, I think this is something which I, as a millennial, also struggle. Right, leading, or how do you manage people? I think these are two things which is a struggle even for millennials. I see a lot of millennials failing there. I just want to understand how that works for at least a Gen Z perspective. Leading people, how do you manage a team? I think that's paramount if you're building something great, something which you want to last even after you, right? So how do you guys do that? At least what is the mindset behind that?
I think the best thing a startup does is teaches you that people are very valuable. So, at least in my case, I try and keep a horizontal approach to how the team is structured, to try and be a part of all the teams and understand people's perspective as to what are they required and how do I lead them. So decisions are made more not on a company-based perspective, but a team or a person-based perspective. Yeah. So horizontal approach.
So seeing Gen Z culture, I see with AI and Malai, as the term was mentioned in the previous session, ML and AI. So basically now they are leading a solo team with these services being set up by chat GPTs and kind of AI engines which they are building. And that is working out pretty well. If you see in the market, a lot of the things are getting automated before even entering the market. So initial 6 months, I see technology along with a solo founder works pretty well. But then you have to find co-founders where the skill sets are matching perfectly. And that's how I see teams having different hierarchies coming into picture because Zepto founder 20 to 23, but I have a team averages beyond 30 years who are senior leadership people. So that's how usually Gen Z's culture are building right now.
So, as a founder of company handling a team of 15 to 20 people, I believe that, like, as a Gen Z, we don't believe much in hierarchy. But at the same time, there is no fixed rule book of how a leader should be and how you should be. Everybody learns through their own experiences. You make mistakes, but then you understand your own leadership style and you understand how to be firm and how to be not over friendly but find a good balance. So
Right.
yeah.
So more of figure out as and when you go, and then you understand what you as a personal person are, and then you figure out what kind of leadership style you have, like any other generation. You are talking more of a AI first approach, and then eventually build team once you know what you really want, and you said more of figuring it out as you go, right? That's what you said.
More so in terms of how would the team be structured and
Right. And
leadership not being
more of a flat structure is
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
said. Right. Great. Um, I think we spoke about the strengths. I would like to now get on the other side of things, right? What doesn't work for Gen Z? I think what is kind of prohibitive? What are the places where you feel, okay, if I was an older or a previous generation, this would have worked much more easy here. It would have been easier. Anything which comes to you? Don't tell me capital. I think capital is a general answer across generations. I felt capital was difficult. Everybody feels capital is difficult. Other than capital, what is that which you feel is difficult?
So I feel that Gen Z's definitely lack when it comes to building their trust and credibility because like if your hair is not white, you don't have that level of experience, there is no reason why someone would trust you, especially with their money. So like if I tell you my case, that when I pitch someone, uh, there is no reason they would trust me. So I might have to lower down my rates, give them discounts for first few months, and then maybe earn their trust, earn their credibility, and then go with the full price. So trust and credibility is where Gen Z is strong.
I'll say in my case as an enabler, I had to get rid of this soon so that people can believe me what I'm trying to say. Because if you suggest
You,
or
you
mentor,
need gray hair. You need gray hair.
so if you mentor startups or even Gen Zs for the matter, they might look at your resume, look at all the experiences, but if you are not having a bald hair or gray hair, trust me, they will not trust you. That's where, uh, for us, for me as an enabler, you have to be part of a lot of the forums, go outside, talk to them, build with them, and then only the founders will build credibility for you. That's what is happening for me as well.
I think credibility is one of the biggest things, as everybody's been saying, but it's more so not about ideas. It's more so about decisions, because having the whole team trust you. If somebody's older than you, the whole team is older than you. People, your investors who you are asking money from, then people who are your mentors, getting them to trust your decisions and have the credibility of people allowing you to make your decisions, and that is something that's very important to build. The credibility, it is not there as you lack experience, as you lack the whole thought process that they think is right. So getting the credibility is the most important thing in decisions.
So you are talking about more of a decision making wala experience. She spoke about credibility and trust, and you spoke about gray hair being a challenge. Even I face that challenge, even after years of mentoring startups. Um, this question is for Karthik, very specifically for Karthik. You work with a lot of founders, operators, investors, right? What do you feel are the systemic bottlenecks, I think, which are prohibiting a lot of these entrepreneurs coming through our system?
I'll be honest, not taking any organization's name here, but these days incubators are running towards numbers. They need a lot of numbers, a lot of startups getting incubated, a lot of them raising funds to them because they want to post it on LinkedIn or social media like this was our startup. But honestly, incubators are not working towards increasing the revenue and the customer base. That's where the targeting is not happening. Although we give a lot of sessions, roadmap, playbooks, but trust me, we are not moving towards asking how many customers you have it. We always ask about how much do you want to raise fund, or where else you are incubated, what are the achievements, goals, success. So for me, it would be moving towards customer, talking more revenue. That's what our Indian education system also lacks. We don't talk about numbers and money and financial literacy. So that's the thing which I will look at.
You basically speak about innovation or not really products. So I think we are a what we called? We are a land of prototype. I mean that's what we are called, right? Yeah. So same question. I'm gonna flip it to you guys. Um, so what part of the current startup ecosystem you think are not built for Gen Z?
I think networking would be something that I think the access is quite restricted to. Because when you're talking to any VC or you're talking to a fund house, you want them to trust you and credibility, as we discussed. You will get that from the people you know, and that connections in the right places. That is still a bit restrictive in the industry that I have seen. And trying to get that first couple of connections, trying to get better connections to get further more funding and raise the right and meet the right people, that is something that is a bit restricted at the moment. I think it could be a little bit more open.
Arushi?
Yeah. So adding to just Karthik, what you Karthik just said, so I feel कि ज्ञान देने वाले बहुत मिलते हैं, but execution level पे help करने वाले ज़्यादा लोग नहीं मिलते. So as a Gen Z founder, I mean, you have enough of gyan. You have gyan on GPT, you have gyan on YouTube, you have gyan everywhere. But you need people who can actually help you at execution level, who can help you with the most simplest things like how to get the customer, and who can actually map you to their target customer. So the execution level is where I feel that as a Gen
I
Z
think
I
it's a
struggle.
systemic problem. Having been part of it, I think 2015, I mean, information was not readily available, so a lot of GAN pillowing session was used to happen. Um, I think 2020 again, GAN continued in a different format. You were more of mixer model. I think now, like he said, he's into more into co-building. I think you're really asking for what co-building opportunities are there, where he can find some customers for you and map you and stuff, right? Great. I mean that's what I really wanted to hear. I think I'm also trying to test my own thesis here and figuring out whether what I should be doing in next 5-6 years. Um, and just I think I just want to cover next section. I would really want to cover on what are the playbooks or levers which are different for you guys, which are not similar to what generation before you would have used, right? I think if I were to ask you like what effective channel works for you, I think when we used to run a lot of events, when I was earlier, it used to be Facebook, and then we somehow got it in Instagram, but not as successfully as you guys are. Um, and it was almost like I know people, so I can invite people. It was more of a WhatsApp call, karke bulayenge and all. How is it different for you? What are the different channels you can really use and do stuff, or is it the same thing?
So I don't think that people are fully utilizing the power of communities. So one thing that has worked really well for me is that I try to be part of as many communities as I can, but I don't just go there and try to sell my product to everyone. Rather than going there with the selling approach, I go there with the helping approach. So like when I go there and just start helping people, sales happen as a byproduct of it. So yeah, the community approach has worked really well for me.
So you basically tell that, okay, let me just go serve the community, and community gives back to me. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, because I am into service business. So
Right.
when I become part of different communities and I help them with basic marketing or everything, so they trust
So
me. There is
so
an instant
community still
credibility
is
that
the most
builds.
effective channel. That's
Yeah,
what he's saying.
and even if you're product based, I think that community can really work well for you. They give you access to so many of your target audience, so many of your customers. So yeah, community for me.
Great.
I think community is honestly a great answer. Working in the same industry of creating communities and managing, but I think one of the more important things is when you're positioning your brand, honesty plays a great role, because nowadays people use storytelling, they create vision boards, they have those mission in their slides. But the truth is, when customers want to connect with you and when you want your team to rally behind you, honesty is what pays off.
When you say honesty, do you really are talking about authenticity, or is it how people feel whatever you're saying is true? Is it they feeling honest or you being honest about it?
No, being honest with them.
Okay.
So when you're being by being honest, you're giving them clarity as to what are they actually buying or what are they looking for, and having the team believe in the vision, because it's actually honest that this is the actual vision behind it. Otherwise, people chat GPT and LLM their mission vision like it's classroom pitch decks. It's not that, right?
No,
It's
no, I
building a
use it a lot,
company.
yeah. Please don't tell me. My half my work gets done faster because of ChatGPT. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. It makes it easier. But the truth is, if you believe in the vision, then honesty comes naturally.
Agreed. Agreed.
For me, it's a different approach. So basically, I see founders' venture as my own venture. I help them get customers. That's where the trust credibility comes into
But
picture.
what are the? My question was around what are the channels? Like, what kind of channels are appropriate in this day, which is not appropriate, which we were using a different kind of channels to get to where we want to get for anything, right? Investment, customers, doesn't matter, or you just being out there, your own personal brand, right? What is that you guys use?
I'll focus on offline community building, not even online.
Uh-huh.
So not even events for the matter. Like let's take an example. Kaban Park has a lot of community activities happening over weekends, right? So I'll be part of it, at least 5, 6 of it every weekend, just to explore and meet new people. Because every person is solving some or the other problem, and that's where I come in handy. Like, hey, happy to help you out. That's the channel I use it usually.
Great. I think we still have questions, but if somebody wants to have a go at some of the questions, it'll be great. About 2.5 minutes, so
Do we have any questions? We have a founder panel for Gen Zs, and I think that's so alive. I'm very passionate about them because I work with a lot of them. Any questions for the panelists here? Are there any, a number of you raised
there's
your
somebody
hands.
here. They can hear you.
Mike.
They can hear you.
Oh my God. There's a mic.
Hi everyone, loving this talk and amazing. Like I'm also a Gen Z, so connect the dots here. I tried building a startup, but unfortunately, I couldn't find the sale. Felt like I was struggling in the sales part of it. So it was related to service only, and sales was playing a major role in that in the execution of that startup. So can you help me? Like how can I reach out to salesperson, or how can I increase the sales? Like how can I approach different people so that I can sell the product that I'm building. Like, can you give some talk on like a light on the sales part of the product?
Okay, I'll give you sales and funding is not struggling, it's part of the journey, first of all. So if you're struggling, it's just the part of the journey. Second thing, again, if you have a good network around you, number one, if you are part of active communities, so today you are here, definitely you would be meeting 100 such peoples, right? But you will be pitching your product. As she mentioned, you have to not pitch your product, but talk about what you have been doing and what you have been experiencing, and then leverage the network as much as you can. People whomsoever you're sitting on the stage and dial, they do have some network which they have built over the period of time. If you're able to leverage 5, 10 people from today, you'll definitely get 5, 10 customers from it. But the essence would be your story and the pitch which you are making to them. It has to be very crisp. In layman language, elevator pitch, which founders also call it. 10, 15 seconds, you should have your pitch ready. That's
Yeah,
it.
I believe too. Networking is an essential part. Yeah.
In terms of sales, I agree completely to what she said earlier. Be shameless, because even if you don't have any connections, if you are trying to build your connections, you go to these networking events. Be shameless. Sales is the most important thing in any venture. You need to be shameless enough to approach anybody in the street, anywhere that they are there, and just talk it out. Try and find out if not that solution, what can be done to fix it and build further. But be shameless and experiment with what and how you're approaching the person.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Hi, Alicia here. Great conversation so far. Quick question for our startup founders, as Gen Z founders yourself, still on the ground floor of building your startup, building your dream, your vision. How do you deal with biases that you face being Gen Z founders yourself? And I get like you all have certain incidents and stories, and we would love to hear the stories actually instead of just like actual incidents about how you did it so far. What are you facing so far, honestly?
So I feel that feeling biasness or feeling that like all the things that comes, all the bad things that comes with entrepreneurship, it's all just part of your journey. You need to embrace that because at the end it's you who's building something and it's you who's trying to build something. So it doesn't matter how many people are biased towards you. At the end you need to focus on your goal and just I personally feel that whenever something bad happens to me, I feel that this is just making my story more interesting. So I feel that after 20 years, when I look back, I need to see my story as like, oh wow, this girl did amazing. So yeah.
Well, if it is the age bias that you are asking about, it happens. I mean, you get it from all the way from your mentors to your co-founder itself. They will consider you to be a kid to a certain extent. It's just that you need to try and prove your worth by the decisions you make, the amount of things that you do, and not just that. I mean, sometimes if you seem to be as a young person who people don't trust, you need to just build that trust. You need to be connected with them for a longer duration of time, show that you're not making any mistakes, and you'll gain that trust slowly. I mean, we can't give an example directly, our VCs would kill us, but otherwise, this is a great way to build your trust and gain experience. Only way that it can happen. And start as early as possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing beats execution. Yeah, I mean, once you start executing, people start believing you. It's all about proof of the pudding. It doesn't matter any generation. If you come and tell me I'll do
Take
this,
the last question.
unless I see proof of the pudding, I won't believe. It doesn't matter if Gen Z, millennial, or previous.
You should, just a suggestion, you should watch TVF pictures.
Sorry?
It will give you a lot of insights on
Gen
that.
Z.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Very quickly.
Okay. So I am also a Gen Z and I was interested in entrepreneurship, but I thought that backing with a company name. So I work at IBM right now and I have 2 years of experience. So I thought that I needed a bigger name to prove that for people to take me seriously. So do you think that helps, or how is it different that way if someone has a bigger name with them or
Before they
something like that?
answer, I know I'm a moderator and not a panelist, but still gonna answer you. You only learn swimming by getting into the swimming pool.
So IIT IIMs, that tag matters when you're
Yeah.
raising fund. Other than that, nothing
Well,
matters.
that's why I always see Google, Microsoft, like ex engineers, they are doing something big. So I thought that it's something that those are the people you have to get first credibility, and then only you can do something.
What
Yeah, that's
space
why.
do you want to do your startup in?
Well, I was not sure, but something related to women. I wanted to help women with tech, something related to that. Yeah.
Well, if it's tech and you've gotten tech experience, I think it should work. But I think it's more important to for networking to play a role in this case, because if I think in our previous panel itself, the person ex Flipkart Utkarsh, he is a person who backs people because he's part of Flipkart. So then you find the right connections in the right places. Now over here, you were a part of which company exactly?
I'm part of IBM, so
IBM.
here also I'm part of a research team. Like we have products and also it's similar to innovation.
See, the credibility of your company will get you in the right to get you to meet the right people. Starting your company, it won't matter much, but if you create the right network before that, then it can work in great ways.
Thank you.
With that, we come to the end of the panel. I do believe there are a few more questions, and I'm going to request you all to directly approach them once they get off the stage. But thank you very much. It was absolutely amazing and interesting to get into your minds. May I please request Dr. Shraddha to give the mementos away? I like how when Arav was making a point, he was like, sometimes your co-founders also don't believe you. And he pointed right up to his co-founder in front of the row. We are at the end of the day. And, but before I wrap up, I'd really, yeah, like they said, right? If you must applause, then applause well. All right. A quick picture